Coming up in this episode, man, guys, you got to pay attention what's going on out there in Cleveland, out there in Berea, out there at training camp, man. Shedeur Sanders is putting on a surgical clinic. Shedeur Sanders is in this quarterback competition with Deshaun Watson for quarterback one. And you got to pay attention at what's going on. It says Shedeur Sanders has to prove it to him in pads. Well, we saw Shedeur Sanders in the last 7 games of the season last year. He was in pads. We saw what he was able to do. Deshaun Watson has been removed from football for 2 years. Now he's back in pads, and he's out there throwing interceptions. He got 6 interceptions in training camp, but they trying to downplay the interceptions and say, hey, the interceptions are not a big deal. I want you to be aggressive and still make throws. And we got to talk about what Shedeur Sanders is doing in training camp. So you guys better pay attention. We're going to talk about it coming up right after this.
Ego time. Stand up. Simply ball dropping. Let go. Can't stop the man behind the mic, bring you the heat. The hottest podcast on these YouTube streets. Breaking all down as you already know. Sit back, relaxing and enjoy the show. Covering all the topics and the breaking news from the WNBA, NBA. Whatever we choose, NFL topics, we bring no receipts. Giving you facts over your feelings, even if you disagree. Can't stop the man behind the mic, running the show. Simply ball dropping, podcast you already know. Tell a friend to tell a friend as we set these trends. The hottest show on your screen, so let the discussion begin. Hit that subscribe and turn your notifications on and get on the wave, cause you are gonna want more. So drop a like and comment on the video. KSAP up in the building, so let's go.
Well, guys, today's training camp session is in the books, man. And Shedeur Sanders, he was impressive. Shedeur Sanders is dominating this training camp so far. So in my eyes, if you're paying attention, Shedeur Sanders is well ahead of Deshaun Watson in this quarterback battle. Now, we saw at the beginning of OTAs and minicamp where reports came out and saying Deshaun Watson, is ahead of Shedeur Sanders and they should just make him quarterback one right now. Where's that same energy for Shedeur Sanders right now? And where is that same energy when Shedeur Sanders was throwing interceptions? Everybody was making a big deal about it, but Deshaun Watson is out there throwing interceptions in training camp, and they trying to sweep that under the rug. And I heard reports from Mary Kay Cabot said that they're not concerned about the interceptions because Todd Monken wants these quarterbacks to be aggressive. Now, that only pertains when it comes to Deshaun Watson, but if Shedeur Sanders was out there throwing these interceptions, it would be a major problem. Oh, I told you that he wasn't cut for it. I told you that he's not an NFL quarterback. But Shedeur Sanders is proving that Cleveland media wrong, man. What Shedeur Sanders is doing in training camp right now is eye-catching. And everybody that has been going to this training camp, such as G. Bush, he took the Final Cut barbershop guys out there, and Shedeur Sanders has impressed them. I saw, Reese Talk Sports out there. He had a great breakdown on his channel about what he's seeing in Shedeur. And Shedeur Sanders is must-see TV. What Shedeur Sanders is doing in training camp and these pinpoint passes that he's making and the trust that he has with Denzel Boston, because we heard what Denzel Boston said, in the media availability, he said, man, it's trust. So him and Shedeur Sanders got some kind of continuity where Denzel Boston is 6'3", 6'4". He can go up and grab the ball. So you just give him a chance. That's almost like when Shedeur Sanders had Travis Hunter, and Travis Hunter say, hey, Shedeur, just throw it up there. Give me a chance. And that's the trust factor that he has with Denzel Boston, because you see in some of the plays that Denzel Boston is making for Shedeur Sanders in training camp, he is going up and just snatching the ball out the air. Even on the interception in the back of the end zone, when Jerry Jeudy didn't fight for the ball when Shedeur threw that interception at the last play in training camp the other day, that's the difference between Jerry Jeudy and Denzel Boston. Denzel Boston is going to go up there and fight for the ball and go get it. But now you got to see the continuity he has with KC Concepcion. And, he still has that continuity with Gabe Larvadan. And today in training camp, man, Shedeur Sanders threw 2 TDs, and he threw a beautiful pass to Gabe Larbadan at the end of practice. And then the one that he threw to Casey Concepcion, where Casey Concepcion shot on a fly pattern. He shot out of the line of scrimmage like a rocket, and Shedeur Sanders dropped the ball right to him. But the pass he threw to Gabe Larbadan, he dropped that right off in the breadbasket. Before we get off into the footage, man, y'all do me a favor, man. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe on the video. And also, man, they got the infamous quarterback tracker back as well. But as we know that Deshaun Watson, they're giving him all these opportunities to throw with the first team. Now, they in pads, and everything that Shedeur Sanders is doing in pads that they say he couldn't do in pads, he's out there proving them wrong. So let's take a look at some of the passes that Shedeur Sanders was making today in training camp that is eye-catching, so you guys pay attention. He dropped that bomb right there to Gabe Larvadan at the end of practice, man. Right on time. And look how exciting the team was for Gabe Larbadan. Look at Denzel Boston running down. Look at the offensive linemen. Look at the running backs. Look at Shedeur Sanders getting down there. Them guys was excited, man. Them guys was excited to see this from one of their guys. And I'm telling you, man, that the connection that Shedeur Sanders has with these receivers and the continuity that he has outside of Jerry Jeudy, you still got to get that going. He has trust factors with all them receivers, man. Jerry Jeudy just got to get on the same page, man. That was a beautiful throw to Gabe Larvadan. Look how excited the team is. Look at Jerry Jeudy try to get in the mix, man. Jerry Jeudy, don't act like you excited, man. Stop all that, man. We see you, Jerry Jeudy. Stop all that. Now look at this. Look at this pass right here. Outside pass. I think that was Denzel Boston. Look how Denzel Boston just went and grabbed the ball from the receiver. No, that was Wallace, 16. And look at this. Look at this one he dropped in to KC Concepcion. Let him go down and get it. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what's impressive about Shedeur Sanders, out there dropping dimes and, catching everybody's attention. So what they going to say now? So now that they got the infamous quarterback tracker out, let's take a look at the infamous quarterback tracker. So now you see that Shedeur Sanders was 8 of 16. He had 2 touchdowns. Deshaun Watson, took majority of the first team reps, 13 of 25, man. 13 of 25, no touchdowns, no interceptions. He cut down on his interceptions. Look at Dylan Gabriel, snuck up in there 7 of 12. No TDs, no interceptions. And Taylor Green, 3 of 4. No TDs, no interception. But this goes to show that Shedeur Sanders is dominating out there. Regardless if you put him with the 1 or 2s, Shedeur Sanders is making all the throws, man. He has made all the best throws in training camp thus far. And he's putting the trust in his mechanics. He's putting the trust in his footwork. He's putting all the trust and all the work that he has, did on the offseason, and he's letting his work speak for itself. And Shedeur Sanders in training camp is out there dominating, man. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So if you're talking about a quarterback competition, Shedeur Sanders is killing the competition right now, but the Cleveland media won't come out and say it because it's Shedeur Sanders. But if the shoe was on the other foot, they'd be all over and glazing Deshaun Watson, giving him praise like he didn't pull so far ahead of Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders is in the driver's seat, man. This should be over. Shedeur Sanders is making all the throws that an NFL quarterback should make. And if you're looking at it like this, if you're telling me Deshaun Watson, an 8 to 9 year veteran in the NFL, Shedeur Sanders going in his second year, and things are close the way they are, that terminology in baseball, the tie goes to the runner. So it should go to Shedeur Sanders because Shedeur Sanders shouldn't be that close to Deshaun Watson the way they make it seem. Deshaun Watson should be so far ahead of Shedeur Sanders, he should be pulling away. But that's not the case. So if it's anything close and that coaching staff looks at it, man, it should go to Shedeur Sanders. No ifs and buts about it, because Shedeur Sanders shouldn't be this close to an NFL veteran. But we already told you guys, man, he's been removed 2 years from the football field, man. He got a lot of catching up to do. And SHEDEUR Sanders is out there taking advantage of every moment that he gets. And he is turning heads, man. And he is shutting people down. He is shutting the haters down. He is shutting the Cleveland media down, man. And SHEDEUR Sanders has totally took over the training camp. You guys, y'all know what it is, man. So do me a favor, man. Y'all get down in that comment section.
I see everyone in the comment section, hashtag salute. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on your post notifications so you will know every time I drop a hot banger. Oh yeah, just in case I forgot, tell a friend to tell a friend. It might not be for you, but it might be for them. And that will wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. Catch you on the next one. Deuces.